All right, welcome to the Working Title Podcast. A podcast that may never be named, but we'll always be working on something. Today, we're going to continue our Bloody Christmas series where we go over all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. I think today we're going to go over probably the tamest movie of the bunch.
Quite possibly.
Jackie Brown, which is a phenomenal movie, but we'll get into that in a second. First, let me introduce myself and my co-host. My name is James McMahon. Today I'm joined by Joshua Powers. How you doing, bud?
Tremendous.
Awesome. So, let's talk about the movie first. What did you think about it? When was let's see. It came out in the 90s. Like
97.
97. Okay. Did you see it when it came out?
I
Or
never saw
like
it until
years
2 days
after?
ago.
Really?
The only Tarantino flick that I did not see,
Really?
and I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
It
It's a phenomenal film.
From start to finish, so many great aspects of it. But like you said, I think it was a little bit tame by Tarantino standards.
It's like super tame.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw it was a couple years ago. No, a couple months ago actually, and I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit crazier, a little bit more
More action-packed, a little more Pulp Fiction-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fiction-y.
Yeah. But I mean, what it is fantastic because it's. I didn't realize it, but it's based on a book.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
really?
based
I
on a
did not
book
know
called
that.
Rum Runner, which I guess is, I don't know, like a thriller style book, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know. But that's very interesting that he wrote this story around
that's
book.
unusual for him to do that. Is that the
Yeah.
only time he's ever done that?
Maybe.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
He wrote Kill Bill from scratch. That wasn't based on anything.
No. Well, I mean, kind of. A little bit. Him and Uma Thurman made the bride character after Pulp Fiction, based around that little story that she tells in Pulp Fiction about the pilot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The Deadly
Yeah.
Viper Assassination Squad or what have you. It's
Yeah.
based on Fox Force 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome that he
Yeah.
used that.
That's another great
tie-in.
little part of Pulp Fiction that I really like that we forgot to talk about last time.
Yeah.
Is that little Fox Force 5, she tells him right after, she's like, "Do you want to hear the pilot?"
Mm-hmm.
She just wants to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's such
Yeah.
that movie's so goddamn good.
So
but
good.
we're talking about Jackie Brown.
Yeah. I don't think Jackie Brown was as good as Pulp Fiction.
No.
I think it's definitely a great movie. I'll just say right off the bat, I give it a 9. 9 out of
Yeah,
10.
yeah, I would
think
definitely
it's-
agree with that.
You would give it a 9 as well?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to live, we're watching these Tarantino movies, and especially Pulp Fiction. It just doesn't live up to, Pulp Fiction is just so next level that it doesn't quite measure up to that standard, but still just by a great cinema standard, it is definitely a great flick.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, let's take a deep dive.
It's really good. So what is the story about?
Oh man, the story is,
'Cause it's pretty cut and dry, like what it is, because it's a drug running thing.
I think it's guns though, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
guns and drugs.
Yeah.
one or both. And Jackie Brown gets caught up in it with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
Which is
she's
awesome.
taking his money from Mexico, from Cabo San Lucas to L.A.
Yeah. And then she gets caught by the police,
Yeah,
FBI.
ATF, I think.
Oh yeah, ATF. And she has to play double agent, almost
she has to
triple agent
play
for
all
herself.
sides, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really clever.
It's really fucking good. It's really interesting how he wrote that character too, because everything's really spelled out very directly to you, like from the beginning to the end as to what sides everybody's on. And even Jackie Brown, at the end, she says that she never lied about anything, which is, I mean, it's pretty truthful that she never really lied about anything. She was just telling the truth to this person, but kind of keeping part of it away from the other person, and then going
really
and telling that other one.
Masterminded it.
Yeah,
It's
it's really good.
One thing about it that I found funny, and I was thinking about it after I watched it, was how dumb the police were.
Yeah,
Like if
Like,
that was
super dumb.
if that was more realistic, more realistic depiction of how the police actually operate, you know, all the scenes where like they're making the drop in the mall,
right,
or they're following people. Like there'd be a lot. They'd have like these huge teams of people coordinating, and you know, you didn't really get to see that a lot. It was just kind of like these two dumb cops just sort of, you know, they're there. Like it would never be like that. There would be like a whole operation, other people involved.
Yeah.
But it's not. It wasn't that type of movie. It was kind of before the time where you would see cinema depict the police in that way.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, but it's a Tarantino movie, so it's obviously more character based. So we didn't want to get into, you know, having a bunch of other characters, like other police that you had to develop. You know, it's kind of just so focused on these great characters that he cultivated.
Yeah. So Michael Keaton's character is pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I like super interesting. Well, not super interesting, but you know, you can kind of follow the story with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown's character is awesome.
Samuel L. Jackson is great, and you know who who's like a sleeper, like great character is Robert De Niro.
No.
He's so good, bro. You don't think so?
No, I think everybody in this movie has such a great like presence and does such a good job in acting, and it seems to me like Robert De Niro just kind of like was there.
That was kind of his role, though. He was supposed to be a more tame,
I guess so,
dude. You know, just like played a dude that just kind of got out of prison.
Right.
I think he did a good job of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I think like compared to all the different performances,
he's not the main character, which is it's unusual. Like usually De Niro like carries your flick.
Yeah, like the entire time, and then he gets killed off 30 minutes before the movie ends.
Yeah, man, I actually do like the scene where he gets killed in the car. You know, he kills the girl because she's like pestering him. That's a great scene.
It is.
That was hilarious. She just keeps talking shit. You can't find the car. Can't find the car.
Is it this one, Louis?
Just when you think he's gonna hit her, he just fucking.
Yeah. God damn. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so fucking hilarious. And I love Samuel L. Jackson's character in that too. I like him with the long hair and the beard. That
dude,
little
it's
goatee.
Iconic.
Yeah,
that's such a look.
I know for sure. He kind of plays the same character in all Tarantino movies in a way, like
a little bit. The black badass.
Yeah, blaxploitation sort of.
That's what I thought the movie was gonna be.
Yeah,
like that sort of style of like kick-ass black chick, but it's like the opposite a little bit, where she's just more cunning than she is kick-ass.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is it's really fucking
she's
good.
Intellectually kicking your ass with her.
Yeah.
With her mind games.
Yeah, and she's like sophisticated a little bit because they, right near the beginning, they show her in her apartment listening to music, or what's his name, Mark Cherry. Right?
Yeah,
is that the dude's name?
Yeah, the bail bonds guy.
Yeah, he comes to her apartment and she has all those vinyls, and he's like, "Oh, you haven't caught up with the CDs yet?" And she's like, "I have a few, but there's something about vinyl."
She turns him on to the Delphonics, and he's like, and that's cool that song repeats like 4 or 5 times throughout the movie. Yeah, I think Jackie Brown is bar none one of the best soundtracks. Well, not maybe, you know, if you listen to the soundtrack, maybe it's not one of the best, but the way that they use those songs in the movie, the timing they chose with the songs is like a fucking masterclass.
Oh, definitely.
For any aspiring filmmaker on how to take audio and like really just take your art to the next level.
Yeah,
it's just all those old classics. Like I'd never even heard a couple of them, but I was like, oh, these are all just so tasteful.
Yeah, especially that Delphonic song.
Yeah, that song.
It's
dope.
like.
And then the one at the end where she's just in the car singing along to it, that's a really good song too.
It's a pretty damn good song. And he uses music in such a way, especially when it has lyrics, to like move the story forward, or kind of like tell you what's going on in the minds of the characters a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when Samuel L. Jackson and Mark Cherry are in the car near the end of the movie, the Delphonic song is playing. And it's that connection between the bail bonds guy and Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
But it's also a connection between Samuel L. Jackson and Jackie Brown as well.
Yeah.
To like, through their relationship, and then the budding love romance between the bail bonds guy and Jackie Brown. It's so fucking good.
And there's that like underlying sexual tension. Yes. Not sexual tension, but like I'd say more romantic tension between Jackie Brown and Max Cherry the whole time.
From the moment he sees her,
exactly,
that song starts to play.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you could just tell he's got a thing for her. You know, I think it's it's mutual. You know, she's like, she goes with him. She trusts him the most because.
Yeah. Even at the end when they're like making out, that weird, awkward, super close up of them kissing. And it's like, all right, I get it. And then
it was super awkward, huh?
Yeah.
Especially if you
really
look at
weird.
his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's
a weird romance.
I kind of liked how they left it a bit open ended at the end, where it's just, you know, the closing scene is just her in the car, just driving away, singing along to that song. It's not, you know, so you can kind of put it in your mind, make up your own mind on how it ends.
Right.
You know, does he go and find her and they go to Europe together, or does she go by herself? You know, it's very open ended.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because the ending is so good.
Yes.
Where they're just talking, and then he gets that phone call. It's like, no, you need to go with her.
Yeah.
You should. Oh,
yeah,
man.
you should have gone, dude.
Oh, well.
I mean, you just took all that money. You might as well get the fuck out of Dodge, man. They're going to be looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, what other people does Odell have, you know? Or Samuel L. Jackson's character have around town?
Exactly, dude.
You know?
Exactly.
Man.
But I really liked that blonde girl. Odell's girl. Not his girlfriend, but just... I liked her fucking
chick that lived with him.
stupid fucking attitude, and how she was just like, he leaves and then she fucks Robert De Niro's character, and
almost immediately.
Yeah, almost immediately. That's so fucking good, dude. Yeah.
Or that the what's her name? Serena or Selena, the black lady, that Robert De Niro goes and sees and is hanging out, and she's singing The Temptations to him.
Oh yeah,
remember that? Yeah, that was fucking. That's like a weird left turn.
That's a weird scene, especially because they don't really give you the context at first. They explain later what that scene is. You're like, what the fuck is happening here?
There's so much in the movie that's just like, and now you're here. You know, like they don't really explain that she's going to the mall to meet what's his face. There's like, oh, you're going to a meeting, and then at the mall. Yeah. Right. And then she's meeting up with the poor chick to make the drop off for the bag. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
That poor chick is kind of that character played that really well. She's just sitting in front of the plate, this big plate full of food. She's like kind of nervous, eyes are down. She's a little sketchy. Yeah. You can eat. Yeah. You can eat.
It definitely shows the compassion of Jackie Brown, of the character of Jackie Brown.
Yes.
It's like,
definitely.
I know you're in this situation because somebody's forcing you to be, but like you can calm down in front of me. Yeah. You know, it's pretty good. Nice. It's like, it's such well-written characters. Yeah. In this one. Definitely. Yeah. Very well-rounded.
What are some of your other favorite scenes?
Ooh.
Because you just watched it.
I did. Yeah, I what time is it? Yeah, I finished it at like 4:30, I think.
Wow. It's fresh in your mind, bro.
Man.
But it's almost too fresh because...
a little bit, yeah. So I think I really like when that first interrogation scene where Jackie Brown's just been picked up by the ATF guys and they're in the office. Yeah. And they're like, "Can we take a look in the whatever in the folder or whatever it is that she has?" Yeah. And like she's like, "Yeah, and if you want to check the bag too, here," and starts throwing all the stuff out. And then he pulls the little bag of cocaine out and like, "Oh, what's this?" Yeah. It's like, I don't know what that is. And then jump cut to the fucking them sitting in the apartment with the guns on the TV. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, that's a cool scene. Like, or what's on the TV where it's like chicks with guns or something like that.
I think it's exactly that.
Yeah, that's a great scene where Samuel L. Jackson's just explaining to De Niro, you know, each gun and why this video that they're watching is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Man, these motherfuckers just want these guns because these people had it in this movie. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great dialogue. That's very like a great example of Tarantino's of his mastery. Yeah, is that dialogue right there?
Oh, definitely, because he's like, he can be super knowledgeable on certain things. Yeah, and like when it comes down to it, the way that he writes those characters to be knowledgeable about those things is so on point.
I wonder if Tarantino, if he just has such a deep knowledge on the underworld and the inner workings of it, or if like, I wonder what kind of research he had to do. Yeah, because some of the things he knows about it's not just you have to kind of dig deep to learn those things about the underworld that he writes about.
Yeah.
And like he really nails the dialogue.
Yes.
Between just
very much so.
Really good with writing the degenerate character, the degenerate criminal character.
Especially Chris Tucker's character.
Oh yeah,
which is such
Chris
a
Tucker
like
crushes
a weird
it in that,
thing.
dude. I love it. Even though he's in there, the scene only so brief.
Mm-hmm.
It's only so. It's very.
Yeah,
brief.
he gets one scene.
Yeah, that's great. He puts him
in the trunk. And it's like when I open the trunk, you pop out and pop them. Going down to talk to some Koreans. Get in the trunk.
Just like I love that shot too. They just pull around the corner into that open field and opens the trunk. Chris Tucker talks some shit for a second, just pop.
Yep. Oh, it's so good.
That's hilarious. You think like when I first started watching it, I thought to myself for sure Chris Tucker would have he would have more of a role throughout the movie, but they're just like,
Yeah. Well, this was like. This was before Fifth Element, so he wasn't like super huge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't super.
He wasn't
huge.
like in the stratosphere yet.
Yeah.
Of where he would.
And definitely before like Rush Hour.
Yeah.
So.
It might have been after Friday. I think it was.
Yeah,
for sure
it was probably after Friday.
Yeah. He was still kind of thin and young.
Yeah.
I mean, he still is thin, but
now he is.
He was like skinny, super like skinny.
Yeah, he was super skinny.
Yeah.
Then he got really fucking big.
Yeah, man.
And then now he's slimmed down. And
fucking
he loves...
eating lobsters and steaks, man. It'll do that to you, man.
Yeah, I guess so. And he loves Jesus now.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. Super Christian, but that's all right.
Yeah,
it's okay, I guess.
Yeah. We'll just look the other way on that.
Yeah.
He's great. I love Chris Tucker. So yeah, who else is in it? Or who else? Do you have anything else interesting to impart about it?
I don't know. I really like all of the clothing choices that they had. For the different
definitely. They
characters.
definitely got sponsored by that Kangol brand that was super big. That little kangaroo.
Yeah. Well, Samuel Jackson loves them for some reason. It's so weird.
I don't know if he does anymore, but I mean, definitely there was an era where that shit was like way popular.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, the clothing was definitely great.
Yeah, especially Jackie Brown's outfit right at the end, where she's wearing the white suit jacket with the blue top.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's so strange because that's like her outfit at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the reverse. She's wearing like a white shirt with a blue jacket for her flight hostess.
Yeah.
Uniform.
Yeah.
And then it swaps at the end, which I don't know exactly what that says about the character, but it's pretty interesting to think about.
Awesome, man.
You know.
Yeah. And they kind of spend time in the movie sort of degrading her character at the beginning, like saying, I forgot who tells her specifically, but somebody's telling her, "Oh yeah, you're 44 and you work at this shit airline. Like you got no future. You got no this, no that." So you're kind of like in your mind, you're like, "Damn, reality looks bleak for her." But then she's the one that ends up on top at the end. Yeah. So that was a kind of a cool little thing that Tarantino did there to kind of
super empowered female character.
Yeah, tear her down a little bit at the beginning so he could,
you're right. Build her up there at the end. Oh man.
Yeah, she was possibly gonna get busted. Mm-hmm. I mean, things weren't looking good for old Jackie, but she really figured it out.
It around.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
and especially it's like listening to the numbers that they were throwing out. They were like, "You only make $16,000 a year," or something like that, working as a hostess on this airline. It's like, well, I made $14,000 last year,
and benefits.
It's like, and benefits. It's like, oh wow, that's like such a huge difference to what you need now, you know.
Oh, I know.
And she's got like a nice apartment. And like, yeah, you only make $16,000 a year, and you live in LA.
Yeah,
with a really nice house.
$16,000 in LA right now. Fuck, bro. First of all, you're not gonna have your own place. You're gonna be sharing with a couple people.
Yeah. It's so weird watching these old movies and like
I know
hear money from back then.
There's something so cool about like LA during that era too.
Right.
It's just
the mall looks really cool too.
Yeah.
Which they say that it's the largest mall in America at that time, I guess.
Oh really?
It's like at the bottom of the screen. It's like Del Almo Mall, the largest mall in America.
Yeah, that's in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, okay.
It's a little town. It's not, which is also a funny thing that I noticed about it. Where there was like not, if you know or have ever been to LA, there's not like a continuity of location. Like that particular mall is like way far away from where the rest of it is taking place. Like the rest of it's taking place in like Compton and that area, which is like, I don't know, maybe like 20 or 30 miles from that mall.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's kind of like the continuity of it is a little. But I mean, if you hadn't been to LA, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't like it seems so real and based in reality, but I know that Tarantino likes to kind of like pull a little bit outside of reality. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's something that he created for this story.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was real.
Yeah.
You know, without looking it up.
Yeah.
Damn, that's really cool.
The thing you can always tell, like when you're in LA, you could see like at the mall in the background there was all the mountains, houses on mountains, and where they're at, like in Compton, there's not really that.
Oh.
You can always kind of tell the San Fernando Valley. It's very, very specific look.
Right.
That porn look, man. That's where all the porn moguls live, up on that hill. It's a porn cap. That's like the Hollywood for dicks.
Oh, really?
Pussies.
Jeez.
Jesus. Sorry for being vulgar. All right, man. So closing thoughts.
Yeah, closing thoughts. What do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Please go first.
All right. So I think this movie is really fucking good, even if it's not like super violent.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a departure from Tarantino's normal style, especially when you look at the other movie, his first two being Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, being like super, super bloody.
Yeah.
And this one being rather tame, where a death happens off screen.
Yeah.
You know, but like that was really cool. I think it's still a really good story.
Absolutely.
The art direction and clothing or costuming is really, really good. The music is really, really good and well timed.
Cinematography is great.
Yeah, that's like really, really good, especially for that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a well-rounded movie.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot that you can really say that's too bad about it.
Yeah, you can't really.
You know?
It's pretty airtight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Another
think?
one brought to you by good old Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Weinsteins.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah. Fucking cocksucker. But, you know, he was responsible for a lot of good cinema, so that's the only yeah.
Yeah.
He's still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought everything you said, I second that notion. I think we're pretty aligned in our insight on this movie.
It's
9
really
out of
good.
10 for me, and
I would agree.
Yes, great movie. If you haven't seen it, go fucking see it.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
good.
go
Don't be
watch
like
it.
me. Don't wait.
Years.
Don't wait over a decade. When I always knew it was around. I used to see it in the videos. Like my dad would take me to the video store when I was super young, and I would always see it. Jackie Brown.
Right.
I always wondered what is this movie. I would see it, posters for it, but
Well, now you've seen it.
yeah, exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
so if
fucking
you want to go check it out, right now it's on Netflix. I don't know how long it's going to be on there because they keep
take that
removing.
shit down, man. The gravy train might not have been going on for so long, man.
Yeah, they keep removing stuff, but
Yeah.
we'll see. If you can't find it there, you know,
Get
there's
it
the
at
internet.
the thrift store in the fucking
Yeah.
99-cent bin.
If you can find it, that's like a hard one to find.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. But thank you for listening to this episode of Working Title Podcast. This was Bloody Christmas. We'll be continuing it with Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. We're going to try and do them in one podcast, so it's all condensed a little bit. Go listen to Lost in Phoenix podcast if you want to hear our thoughts on maybe more
Reality.
real stuff, I guess.
Not a fictional world.
Yeah. But thank you for listening to this episode of Bloody Christmas. We'll check you out next time.
Later.
Bye.